I mean, all I did was literally sew up skin all day.
Day in and day out. Yeah.
I was a skin seamstress.
More regulations now.
Yes, we do. Oh.
We got a lot of regulations.
Yes, there are. Yes, there definitely are. Well, speaking of regulations, what about Ozempic?
Oh my gosh.
It's all over the place, right?
Yeah, like who even knows what anything is anymore?
Hey everybody, it's me, Erin Alonso from DermFx with my friend Gemma. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for coming. I'm really good. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
How's your book doing?
So good. I'm so excited. We're going to be launching the second book soon.
Okay.
But on business and living your true love of your life is your business, what your work and what inspires you.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. That's really great. I hope that more
Thanks.
people really do clue into like doing what you love, right? It's hard sometimes if you get stuck in a job where you're kind of like ho-humming it and like this isn't that great, but you always can make those changes to get, you know, like where you need to be. And it does take a little bit of maybe energy or experience or whatever to figure out who you want to be when you get big, right?
Yeah, or time.
Yeah,
Just
and
I
the
think
time.
that's it. It's too bad that we're supposed to know that stuff like right out of college or something.
Yeah.
When it takes so much time to develop who you really are
That's
and what
right.
you really
What
like.
do you like? It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
I didn't know who I was till my kids left the house.
Yeah,
I was like,
well,
wow.
There I am.
Yeah.
Here
Now
I am.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, at least you found it,
Yeah.
right? And you're not just, how sad to be in a job that you hate your whole life and then like
Yeah.
afterwards you die, I guess. That's that.
Well, I think you just get caught up in it. Like, I think it's a blessing first to know what your calling is or what you're good at.
Right.
Like, to just find that. A lot of people never find it. And then I think, like, the second thing is that you just get caught up in having to make money.
That's right. You got to make a living.
Yeah, you got to make a living. So
Well,
how do you
want-
stop long enough to figure out what you want to do
You want
when
to hear
you're
a funny
trying
story
to
of
pay
how I
bills?
became a nurse? This was kind of
Absolutely.
hilarious. So I was in college already and I didn't realize that I thought you just went to college for 4 years and you graduated. So finally, this lady, she must have been an advisor or something. She was like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. Cause I was like, oh, I took criminal justice. I took a psychology class. I took a math class. I was like, I like all these
over,
things.
trying
Yeah. I
it.
was just like, wait, what do you mean? I just thought I went like high school. You go for 4 years and you get out. Anyway, she was like, no. So she looks through like all my papers or whatever. And she just looks at me and she goes, okay, you need to be an occupational therapist, a physical therapist, or a nurse. What do you want to be? And I honestly didn't know what the other two were.
Right? You're like, I'll go with nurse.
Okay, nurse. And she goes, okay, tick, 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 and like snap, like, you know, wrote all, and she's like, don't take anything else. And that was literally the end of that. I was like, thank you. And like,
Oh my
walked off
gosh.
and after that, it was like, I was in nursing school and that was the end of that.
That's amazing.
Isn't that weird? But I'm like, whoever that lady was, thank you. Because
Yeah.
you did send me on this trajectory of
And it worked for you.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am still a working nurse for sure. And then, you know, I became a nurse practitioner, but like, I mean, somebody had to kind of give me that nudge, right? And I was like, okay. And, you know, you change throughout the years too. Initially, I was like, ooh, I love that ER and that fast pace and that crazy kind of
Yeah.
wow, adrenaline, everything.
Right.
Like, yeah. And then when you get a little bit older, I was kind of like, oh, you know what? It kind of is horrible when people die. Like every
Yeah.
day at work is somebody's worst day of their whole life. Every day, multiple times a day. I was like, man,
That's
this is
heavy.
it's getting to be too much.
Yeah.
You know, and so I used to do pediatric traumas and transports. And when I was younger, I used to just think, well, some people live and some people die. And that's just how life goes. And that's it. I don't think that, I mean, I think that way too, but now I'm like, oh my God, you know,
Yeah.
like I don't want to hear of anybody dying or even getting
Well, now
hurt
it's just way too real.
Yeah, I was like, this is hard. So, you know, then I went to nurse practitioner school because I was like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, but I just want to do something where no one's dying.
Right.
So I decided that was dermatology.
Yeah, that was good. A good choice.
I'm like, I'm going to dermatology, man. Well, it was real quickly that I realized that dermatology is boring.
Right.
I mean, all I did was literally sew up skin all day.
Day in and day out. Yeah.
I was a skin seamstress.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
it. And it becomes so boring. I mean,
no.
because, you know, we would do these surgeries called Mo surgeries,
Yes.
which basically like take all day. They take a little chunk of the skin and then a pathologist
Yep.
looks at it in the back room
And
and,
then a
says,
little
take
bit
a little
more.
bit more, take a little,
Yeah.
and then they'd send them down the hall to me and I'd sew them up.
Oh my gosh.
And so sometimes I get a gouge this big, and I was like, okay, how long can you do this for?
I think I wouldn't only be able to handle that maybe one day.
It was horrible.
And that's if I could even handle sewing anybody's anything.
Okay, well, it was kind of just super boring.
Yeah.
Well, then I read an article about Botox. And this is, I mean, I want to say this has to be like maybe in 1997-ish.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like just coming out.
Yeah.
Right?
And I was like, hey.
Right.
And I was really young, too. I mean, I think back
Only
then.
the celebrities were getting it in like
No,
1996.
Not even, I don't. Well, if they did, no one knew about it because no one even knew what the word Botox was.
Yeah.
I feel like they were kind of like.
It was like shots. But I do remember being like my senior year in high school.
Okay.
It's like 1996. And I remember hearing about
Botox. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you live? You must, because I was like thinking, I don't remember anybody I went around and
Newport
said
Beach. Yeah. So
something to. They didn't really know.
Like what was going on.
Not too much. So I was definitely like, hey, there's this new stuff. And basically he gave me this ultimatum and he was like, no, this is about life and death and get busy. He's like, you're a waste of a career if you're going to get into all that beauty stuff. And
oh my gosh.
And like back then the word Medispa didn't even exist, right?
Right. There was nothing.
Nothing. Like no one knew what that was or it didn't exist or... And then Botox was used a little bit, but you had to have like 4 people together because they used to tell us that it expired in 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So you had to have 4 people at a time do it. And then, so anyway, it was like kind of.
That's wild.
Yeah. And so while I had to write a business plan in school and I wrote this whole business plan called Beauty for Less.
Yeah.
And one of my instructors, who happened to be a nurse anesthetist and an attorney, kind of blew the wind under my wings. And she was like, why don't you do this? And I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't have any money. Like a bottle of Botox is like $300. Like,
you're like, that's why.
it's like super expensive. Right. And, anyway, she ended up, I got set up as being a home health nurse.
Yeah.
And we started a home health business and she found me this crazy medical director guy, this plastic surgeon, this crazy guy from Louisiana that she had met, who's my medical director. And I literally started going around to salons and spas and homes and injecting people everywhere with Botox.
Oh my gosh.
Like
that
everywhere.
Is so amazing.
And that was kind of even before the day, like it wasn't a big deal.
I can imagine that being so cool though.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It was wonderful. And especially when I had my first son, like I didn't want to go work in a hospital all day when I could just, pack him up in his car seat and I was living in Hermosa Beach at the time and all the ladies on the hill, I'd go to all these old ladies' house and we'd go have 3 or 4 breakfasts because they all wanted to make him something. And
oh my gosh.
I'd sit there and do a little Botox and a little, back then it was collagen only.
Right.
Collagen on these ladies. And, it was kind of wild that it just went down like that.
That's like a wild and fun time. I think like
it really was.
Like the early 2000s and honestly like 1996 to like 2005 was such a crazy time of like new things coming to market.
Yeah.
And like new things happening like in every level in every industry.
Totally.
And we didn't know it like we knew it
then
now.
It was like,
oh my gosh.
Blah, blah, blah.
Like if you knew then you'd be like opening 20 salons in like 50 states
girl,
and like
everywhere.
we had no idea that like you were like on the forefront of like a whole new world.
No,
right?
because I honestly thought it was just going to be like me.
Yeah.
And then plastic surgeons.
Yeah. And that was like
that's it. Like I just thought, oh, if you didn't want a facelift, you'd do Botox.
Yeah. And think of all the things that have come out since then.
I know, crazy amounts,
It's
right? Like yeah, this will just hold you off till your facelift.
Yeah, right?
So in my mind, I was like, oh, well, everybody under 50 will see me, and then you have to have a facelift at 50, and then you have your facelift.
And look, what about all the lasers?
All of the lasers. Oh, yeah. I had to do...
And laser technology.
It went crazy.
Oh, my gosh. Like,
and I loved every bit of it. That's why we have so many things at DermFx, too. All I have to do in my head is... I always thought of myself as like the average girl. If I like it for me... I know anybody else would like it for themselves. So I just used myself as the test dummy. Like, do I want this? Yes, it is. Then yes, I will have that. And that was it. And that's how we came up with the menu, literally.
And ending up with all of the things and just the growth.
Oh, it's crazy. The growth has been nuts.
But I love hearing that. Like how you just started with just the Botox. And you're like, I'm going to do that. You're like stepping out into your own frontier. Like you on a desert. Like, I'm going to do this.
You know what else is super crazy that I think about though? What were people thinking letting me inject them with botulinum toxin? I think back about that.
Well, it's going to make you look younger. Like, let's just do it.
Yeah, but first of all, let me tell you how the training went down. They are not allowed to train off label.
Oh my gosh.
So I had no training. and it's botulinum toxin derivative, right? So I was like, okay, then there's that. So I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, well, thank God that I was young and dumb and just super excited. And sure enough, I plugged myself before I plugged anybody else to make sure. But here I am thinking like, it's all right that I don't have any formal training at this. And
looking back, it seems crazy, right?
I can't believe I never gave anybody like a droopy eye
or something.
I mean, I had a couple of wonky foreheads, but I fixed those. Were easy to fix. And I was like, oh, you just need a little bit, because I had to like teach myself like
how to do it.
Yeah,
there wasn't like so many different training everywhere on the internet. No internet. Yeah, you had to like fly somewhere to get into a room with like 6 people that had just heard about it for like an insane amount of money.
Yeah. So like, how I learned about it was I literally called a lady that wrote this article about nystagmus. Wow. At the time, she was a doctor in Canada, and I took notes with her on the phone. She actually took my phone call.
Yeah.
And I took some notes, and that was it.
That's crazy. That is just so crazy, right? But people do it. I mean, even now with new technology, new things that are coming out.
No, I've got little weird burns all over my whole body with me trying, experimenting myself. And
more regulations now.
Yes, we do. Oh.
We got a lot of regulations.
Yes, there are. Yes, there definitely are. Well, speaking of regulations, what about Ozempic?
Oh my gosh.
It's all over the place, right?
Yeah, like who even knows what anything is anymore, too?
Right. Well, I want to teach everybody how to know.
Yes, that's a great idea. Because I've been a victim of some kind of weird stuff, too, myself.
Good. So tell people, because this is the deal.
Yeah.
So Ozempic now is reserved for diabetics because the company doesn't make enough. They're not able to supply the demand, right?
Yeah.
So what happens in that case in the United States is then they then allow compounding pharmacists to make a generic form of it.
Right.
Like which is like the semaglutide.
Wegovy and the other ones.
And then there's another drug called tirzepatide.
Yeah, the tirzepatide.
So all that is happening now, if it's happening legally, is that a compounding pharmacist with a very specialized license is allowed to copy that brand
formulas
of drug.
Yeah.
And then that would be for the people that wanted to do it overweight. So a lot of people initially were like, oh, well, my insurance paid for it and I wasn't a diabetic. Well, there wasn't enough for the diabetics, and so now they've cut it off for weight loss.
Right.
So enter in.
It's officially cut off for weight loss, Ozempic?
For now.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
I mean, if you want your insurance to pay for it.
Yeah, because there's also so many weird people just selling it online.
So that's
like they're actually to self-inject yourself.
Yeah, so that's what you need to be careful for is like what pharmacy did that come from? Right. We had another episode where those vials were filled with insulin. Which, oh my God. If you inject those into yourself, you will die. If you're injecting insulin into yourself and you have no idea what you're doing, you're going to kill yourself. So like getting online and just like, oh, I'll buy it from whatever. So so there's something called a material data sheet that comes from even a third party that goes in and tests these very specialized compounding pharmacists to make sure that what they're doing is pure.
Right.
So it has to come with a material data sheet for that pharmacy to even be able to make it. So they have to have a specialized license. Then they have to be tested with proof of the material data sheet.
Right.
And then that's how we come in and then sell it to people that want to do it for weight loss.
Right.
So that's what you need to know, that wherever you're getting it from has gone through that process to make it safe for you.
Oh my gosh.
And if not, you got to trust where you're getting it from. And and
I think a lot of that is just education. Well, because if you don't know and you just order something, and even when you're getting it, I just feel like there's not enough education on Ozempic and semaglutides.
Period.
Right. So they absolutely work.
They do.
But
work.
I'd love to know more about it. A lot of people just don't question it because we just want to be skinny.
That's right. That's definitely true. But do it safe. Do it right. I mean, you're going to have, and you'll know too. I mean, the side effects can be serious and be super gnarly. There's people that have been hospitalized from even the real stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be fake for you to get sick from it.
Yeah.
So that's why you need somebody that super knows what's going on to help guide you.
Yes.
I mean, we have people in our clinic that even take way under what the starting dose is. So we do it with you at the very beginning to figure out
monitor
what the dose is that works for you. And we go down sometimes.
Yeah.
If you're not, you don't have to, I mean, you need somebody that knows how to make it right for you. Right. And then it really does work, and it's really safe that way. So that's the biggest thing. And, when we get into let's talk about the, people oh, you get Ozempic face or Ozempic butt or whatever. So that all happens if you don't want to lose your muscle.
Right.
And so if you lose more than 2 pounds a week, everyone wants to lose 10 pounds in a week, but if you lose more than 2 pounds in a week, you are losing muscle. So when somebody comes in going, guess what? I lost 10 pounds. I'm like,
you're like, you're not eating at all. It's like
but you've just lost all that muscle.
And it's all muscle.
You know how hard it is for you to put on muscle?
Oh, like once it's gone, just as somebody who... I've lost 120 pounds, not on Ozempic, but I was 310 pounds after my husband died, gained a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And I will say, I did do Ozempic later after I lost weight, when I started getting it back. Mm-hmm. The first time I did it, I only had like 2 shots, but I lost like 10 pounds.
Like super, because people will call so sometimes and be like, "Oh, I'm too sick to eat," and I'm like, "I don't care. Throw a protein shake down your throat. Literally, something. You've got to get that nutrient down. You don't want to lose more than 2 pounds."
Because I was stuck in my garage. I was in my garage. This is just like, I know it sounds crazy. It was just a couple weeks after that. I'm putting the boxes up, and I go to put a box on top of another box, like kind of like where you have to just kind of it up there, and I couldn't it up there, and I was like screaming in the garage for my husband. I was like, somebody, because it was gonna come down on me and knock me off the chair. Oh, boy. And I was like, I don't know what happened. All my muscles are gone. Like it's real. Like I became totally weak.
So you have to do it in
just like 2 months. It was like 2 months.
You got to do it the safe way. Don't just sit there and stop eating.
No,
and then just wither away and die, because you're going to become grossly skinny.
And I have some friends that you can see it really obvious, and then I have other friends that are like totally fine. They look healthy still.
Just do slow and steady. That's the trick to not having Ozempic face and Ozempic butt and Ozempic arms and all the rest.
Any weight loss. Even if you're like...
Period.
No, if you're like totally just cutting all the carbs and you're not doing whatever and you're losing weight dramatically.
Yeah.
It's that look, or if you have like gastric bypass surgery or any of those things and it starts coming off, this whole side here
it gets
is
real.
like not, and then it doesn't...
Go back.
Yeah. And then we need you, because somebody has to come in and fix that.
That's right.
Like right away.
That's exactly right. So I think that you guys should all start with Sculptra ahead of time. Sculptra is a collagen stimulator. It's not a filler. So if you're planning to do this kind of like super crazy weight loss, get some filler or even Sculptra if you don't want to have the filler look at all. It's just your own collagen that it stimulates up there if you're planning to do this major weight loss thing, so that you don't end up losing all of that. And then usually if you get to that point, you just need a straight up facelift.
Yeah, I think everything is always about just prolonging that facelift as long as
That's
you
right.
can.
Well, I'm hoping that in my life, I'll get one, no doubt about it. But I'm going to try to go as long as I can.
Right. You're like, just try to hold off.
Yeah.
It's like,
I have to have one.
Like anything collagen stimulating. That's why I like that, the pen or whatever, like all the time. Like whenever I start getting wrinkles, I start rolling my eyes with the needles.
Yeah.
But like, anything collagen, like the Sculptra is actually super cool.
I love Sculptra.
Like, it's really cool.
Inject gallons of Sculptra.
And
it's
preventative.
It's
like just start early. That's like when you see somebody who's like 50 and you're like, and they're like, oh, and they're like, I don't really do anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but I had Thermage like 4 times starting in my like late 20s. I used to do it twice a year. And you're like, oh, so you've just been aging really well because you had all this collagen stimulating stuff. You
got to do something. Do a little tiny steps. Don't wait till you need everything.
Yeah.
Just do little tiny. But let's see our video here about Ozempic face. Roll it, ladies.
Oh my gosh.
Smooth, plump cheeks, wrinkle-free foreheads. These are features we've become accustomed to among celebrities obsessed with Botox and fillers. But a new trend in the glamorous world of Hollywood has emerged. Sunken eyes, gaunt cheeks, and saggy skin. This phenomenon has been related to the rise in popularity of Ozempic, resulting in creation of the Ozempic face. Despite their intended use, Ozempic, along with similar medications like Wegovy and Mounjaro, has become synonymous with Hollywood's quest for the perfect figure, leading to its off-label prescription for weight management. Wondering which celebrities are on Ozempic? Here is a list of 15 celebrities who have admitted using the drug. Scott Disick. The 40-year-old was photographed with sunken-in cheeks and hollow eyes, which are key features of an Ozempic face. The most noticeable change in his appearance is his hollow, dark, under-eye area. Scott's skin appears gray, a common sign associated with Ozempic abuse. Ozempic face has essentially the same characteristics that we see when patients have rapid or regular weight loss. We see a loss of volume in the face, and when we lose fat in the face, we see signs like the cheeks are more sunken in, more sagging skin, and a general hollowing out of the features. It can have the effect of making a person look older. Not only Scott Disick scared fans with his dramatic new look, but several other celebrities appear to be suffering from the same issue. Robbie Williams? Singer-songwriter Robbie Williams recently shared his journey towards better health, revealing his use of a medication similar to Ozempic to manage his weight. Overcoming past struggles with addiction, the English artist is now focused on improving his overall well-being. While specifics about the drug remain undisclosed, Williams described the results as a miracle, having shed 25 pounds thus far. In addition to addressing his physical health, Williams opened up about his battles with a mental health condition that profoundly impacts his self-perception. He emphasized the detrimental effect of weight gain on his mental well-being, highlighting the urgent medical need for intervention, while acknowledging the visible signs of weight loss, including more defined facial lines and hollowed cheeks, characteristic of the so-called Ozempic face. Williams' transformation has not been without scrutiny. Despite criticisms likening his appearance to that of an old man, his dedication to his health journey remains unwavering. Jessica Simpson. Fans' inquiries into Jessica's potential use of Ozempic prompted her to clarify matters. In an interview, she addressed the speculation directly. Dismissing the notion, she attributed her transformation not to Ozempic, but to sheer willpower. Jessica emphasized her commitment to her health journey, stating that her weight loss was a result of personal determination rather than medication. She candidly refuted
I'm sorry, could I just say something really quick about these stars?
Yeah.
If you don't want us to scrutinize you that hard, just admit it. Because as soon as they do, have you noticed how, the other two guys admitted it, right?
Yeah.
Then she denies it, but have you noticed how many times that they, like, bring her up?
Yeah.
They're going to scrutinize it so hard because they're like, oh, she denies it. She denies it. She denies it. It's willpower and good genes. And I drink water. I'm a vegetarian. Look at me. It's like, no, girl, just admit it. Otherwise, we are going to scrutinize the hell out of you.
Yeah, because we know there's something
you're like everybody else. You just, you are normal and you had to get on Ozempic too? Okay, you're another one. Okay.
Absolutely. Everybody's on it.
It's like,
I mean, in California anyway.
I don't know. The stars try to act like they're they're supernatural.
Yes.
Right?
I'm naturally fabulous.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jessica.
Not happening.
Watch how many more times they bring her up, though. It's funny.
Assumptions, highlighting her past struggles and expressing her physical limitations regarding pregnancy. Meanwhile, Jessica Simpson's physical changes, including sunken cheeks, prompted comparisons to the appearance associated with Ozempic use.
Very different.
Despite never confirming such usage, Jessica's significant weight loss sparked speculation about potential interventions. While her earlier photos showcased fuller facial features, recent images revealed a more hollowed appearance, leading to discussions about her methods for achieving her weight loss goals. Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne recently shared her experience with Ozempic, revealing that while the medication initially helped her shed weight, she ultimately had to discontinue its use due to excessive weight loss. Starting the drug in December when she weighed 64.4 kilograms, Osbourne lost over 20 kilograms, but found herself dropping to a concerning 43 kilograms. Expressing alarm at her dwindling weight, she emphasized the importance of stabilizing her health and regaining lost pounds to avoid potential health risks. Osbourne candidly discussed the challenges she faced while on Ozempic, including feelings of nausea and regular vomiting, which persisted for about 2 weeks before subsiding. She cautioned against the potential addictive nature of drastic weight loss, urging caution, particularly with regard to teenagers. Kelly Osbourne. Sharon's daughter shared her perspective on the Ozempic trend during an interview.
You know what it is? You need to listen to people when they tell you it's too much.
Yes.
Because we do have some patients like this that we have to fight with that, like, don't want to get off of it. Right. And I'm like, you look
I feel like it is a little bit addictive. So I have a friend that's been on it. Well, she's diabetic. She actually got it for diabetes. And then they give it to her to regulate her A1Cs. And now it's like she clearly does not need to be
on it.
And they continue. Should be not on it. And she still has like nausea, diarrhea, like all these things. But like she will not stop taking it.
It's so bad for you to do it like that.
Her doctor actually stopped giving it to her. And then she gets it from a clinic.
That's what I'm saying. They get it from somewhere. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure Kelly Osbourne's going to be another one because she's a head case. So let's see what Kelly does.
I mean, there's like a happy, like I understand you should be at a healthy weight And if it can help you, whatever you need to do.
I try to hold people. You know what? We ask them what their goal weight is when they come in. And I really try to hold people to that because I'm like, okay, well, you said your goal weight was 135 pounds. Now you're at 128.
Yeah.
And you want to go up on the dose. Why?
Right.
Like, no, because you're starting to look really old.
Yeah, but then you're just so happy to finally see that number because you've been trying to get there since high school.
They're so afraid they're going to get back up. They're like, but if I don't keep doing it, then I'm going to go back to 142. Then I'm going to go to 1.
But in high school, I weighed 110. I want to be 110 again.
Yeah,
that's like how it is. Right? It's like so hard. A lot of it is perception, like your self-perception.
Yeah, that's why I really try to tell them, like,
it's
let's
mental.
stick at this weight. When you're this weight, we're ending, right? We're ending.
And
I do have a peptide too that I give to people afterwards. Like, if like, okay, you don't need to take this anymore. It's called tenzofensine, which is a great pill.
Yeah.
That it doesn't knock your appetite out or make you nauseous at all. It does decrease your appetite a little bit though.
Yeah.
So it's a good stepping stone if you don't want to do like the whole.
I'm really into the peptides too for just like appetite suppressant.
Yep. Well, I got a great one.
They really work.
Tenzofensine. It's different than the GLPs. It's a different way that it works, but it's great.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you. We can do a whole podcast about it.
Those sound so good. I mean, I tried Ozempic twice. Once this guy, a doctor, wanted me to work for him, and he's like, "Here, I'm gonna give you some Ozempic," and I was like, "No," and then I like totally let him just shoot me up. I just met him. It was like during it, like after the interview, and it was funny. He also told me, which is why I didn't work for him. Like, he's like, "Well, do you mind if I just look at your face really quick?" Surgeons, okay. And I go, okay. And he like puts on gloves. He's like, well, you should do a little here and this crease right here, which I never even noticed. I had a crease, never bothered me. And he's like, and then here, and if you want to just even your eyebrows. And then he's like, have you ever thought about doing anything like about any of these things? And I was like, no.
This was at your interview?
Yeah. And I go, he was like, why not? And I go, well, because they don't bother me.
Oh.
And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, well, do you want some Ozempic on the way out? And I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
And then I got in the car, and my daughter was actually in the waiting room too. It was so funny. And he's like, does she want one? So we actually both got one, and we're home. We're like, we don't even know what that guy just injected us with. Like, we just said okay and like left. I'm like, I don't even think this is legal. Yeah, it was like so wild. And it totally worked. That's when I lost like 10 pounds.
Okay.
And I think he thought I was going to come back and get more because he's like, you want to come back in? Because you have to take it regularly.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's okay. But then like, I was like, because I was really kind of sketchy. It's like when people were first starting to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it worked, except I was just thirsty all the time.
Uh-huh.
And then probably like a year later, I got it from a regular IV place, like a national IV place. And that was a disaster. I had like such a horrible reaction to it.
It
like,
needs to be. You can have a terrible reaction to it, even with the best people monitoring you.
Yeah, and I feel
that's
like
why you need somebody to monitor you when you do it, though. Doing it on your own.
The first injection, I don't even know how much they gave me or like where we were at, but it was clearly too much.
Yeah,
like whatever it was, and then I was like freaked out. But in my head, even from that first shot working so well, from that first doctor, I think about it on the regular. Like, oh, I want to go get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, it just works.
It does work.
Yeah.
It does work. So,
it's great.
Anyway, do we want to continue with the stars or we want to wrap it?
I mean, whatever you want. I feel like we've kind of got the point with the stars, but it's up to you. Do you want to watch one more?
Okay,
in January 2024, the Fashion Police Illume expressed admiration for the phenomenon, describing it as amazing. She highlighted the appeal of weight loss methods that offer an alternative to traditional exercise, suggesting that diversifying approaches could make the journey more engaging. Tori Spelling.
She looks great though.
In an episode of her podcast Misspelling, in April 2024, she revealed her experience with weight loss medications following the birth of her son Beau in 2017. Despite trying Ozempic initially, she found it ineffective for her needs. However, she discovered success with Mounjaro, which proved effective in helping her shed the extra pounds. Elon Musk. One of the world's richest men, Elon Musk recently revealed the factors behind his impressive weight loss journey, attributing it to a combination of fasting and the medication Wegovy.
No, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
Musk shared on Twitter that he was utilizing semaglutide, the active ingredient in Wegovy, as part of his regimen. The announcement sparked admiration from fans, with Musk's succinct response to inquiries about his health, fasting, and Wegovy, capturing attention. While acknowledging the effectiveness of Wegovy in achieving his fitness goals,
See, once they admit it, no one cares anymore, right? That's why we don't hear about it in the news. It's when they lie about it and try and then look like they've got cancer. They've got to keep poking and probing. So
maybe it's the same reason people love those murder mystery like TV shows. Right. What do you call them? Criminal shows?
Yes, I'm addicted to those too.
When am I going to find out? Yeah. You know, it's like
what's going to happen?
When you say you didn't do anything, it's like, what did you do?
But then what did you do and who did it?
What I really want to know is who did Lindsay Lohan's facelift. Man, she looks incredible.
She did, because she had messed herself up for a while, and now she looks really pretty.
I mean, she looked bad. Like, she was aging dramatically, and then she just came out like a beauty queen. I know. Gorgeous.
Well, he should beg to, or she should beg to be able to say, right?
I can't even. I've been trying to Google it. I've been trying to find it. I'm
and
like,
it's not there.
Whoever it is, that's who's doing my
facelift.
Next
thing to probe into. We will find
out
for you.
Next thing we have to find out is who's done it.
Lindsay Lohan's doctor, we're coming for you.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you guys for joining us all, and we love to hear you. Any questions, anything you guys want to know about, we're here to pry for you. So see you guys next time, and I want to say don't forget to buy her book, Love Bomb and Love Bomb Business, and come see us at DermFx. See you guys soon.